Sorry if there's a pause in talking. It's because I'm still drinking some of this delicious blueberry flavour, and I need to get through it so I can get on to some of the other flavours. Which then leads into the next question. Who's your favourite character from Dragon Ball Z?
My favourite Dragon Ball Z character?
Yeah.
I think predictably Goku.
I mean, Goku's pretty cool. I always was a big fan of Piccolo. I don't know why. I just, when I was a kid, really liked Piccolo. He was kind of cool.
Piccolo's good.
Right. Ash there from SAS, still trying to help out. Again, the thing you got to remember again about SAS is they're staff at HADO, so they also coach on a regular basis. So it's sort of ingrained in them that they will go and try and help other people with their play style and just improve everyone in general. Trying to wave it in.
Yeah. So,
hello.
According to that, we have no data going out.
Okay.
According to YouTube, we're streaming live.
Oh, great. How long's that been going?
Oh, I just restarted it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the YouTube stream. We have a bit of an issue with our internet, but we've obviously managed to get it back up and running. So up this game is we've got the Army Lions in red versus the Army Mustangs in blue, and here we go. Now, so we're going to get a shield coming out from Army Lions, and Army Mustangs are going to do their best to try and shot knock it down. You can see that player's already got his arm down. Okay, now, Mustangs need to knock that shield down as fast as they can. That's it, it's gone.
Good, much better focus fire. Okay, again, good. The shield's gone in that back corner too.
Okay, so it's a good focus fire coming in from player 6 on the Army team that's just focusing those shields down. Really good work. Just opening over those lines of fire. Now, if they can keep this going up to the last 40 seconds of the game, they're going to possibly win.
Yep, and you've got the problem with the good use of shields from the Lions, but it's the shielders using them. And generally, shielders are the worst people to be behind the shields because they haven't got any firepower. So
I think this is the last shield, yeah. That's it, we're into a straight shootout. But the difference is that the Mustangs on the blue side actually just have all shooting stats, and the Lions have one of their team that's basically got no points to shooting at this point.
Yep.
Part of the skill at this point is the Mustangs need to work out who it is that they should be shooting on the far team. And at the moment it's the player in the middle. I think is probably one of the better shots on the Lions red team. They should be shooting middle and right at the moment. There you go, nice. So the guy on the left on the red team basically isn't that useful at the moment because he's used all his shields.
Yeah.
But really good effort.
Yeah, Lions win, but that was a good fight back from Mustangs there.
100%, everyone getting points, which is really good.
Real big improvement. Mustangs on the early system.
There we go.
So, nice pick up there from Mustangs. They are the least experienced team in the tournament, but tactically jumping game on game. So it'll be interesting to see what they do when they get to their final matchup of this set of games. So next up we will have Army Lions versus RGN. So probably obviously expectation probably an RGN win, but Lions are definitely starting to become more experienced. We'd hope they'll be able to offer a good chance to RGN and make them seriously work for it.
Right, so who we got up next?
So up next is Army
Lions.
Lions.
Did that and I didn't check it out, so yeah, Army Lions versus
RGN.
So again, they're Mustangs. Again, I think it just came down to a lack of court time, basically, in comparison to the Lions. There's a lot of things like the main issue with teams that have less experience is to get the charge rate, or the maximum amount of charge by keeping your arm vertical. And it's very difficult to do that whilst you're also dodging and being knocked out.
It's the initial hard skill of the game.
It is, yeah.
But it is that whole thing. It can get frustrating, but it's equivalent, because like football, the first time you kick the ball, it doesn't go exactly where you wanted it to go. And it takes time to master it. It takes time to master some of the physical elements of HADO.
So what I'd say about HADO is it's one of those that it is like let's I don't know, compare it to throwing a ball in baseball, right? So to learn to throw a baseball like ridiculously well is really difficult. Okay.
Yeah.
The skill requirements to sort of learn the arm upright does take a bit of time, but it's not that difficult. No. And once you've got that down, you can start freeing yourself up to do the rest of the stuff.
It's also about letting yourself relax.
Yeah.
And that's difficult, especially when you're in pressure in a tournament.
100%. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people watching. It's not easy to stay relaxed, which is what you need to do. As I say, this is a bit, in rugby and things like that, you might have the advantage of using aggression to hit somebody harder and knock the ball out of the hand or something. In this, getting aggressive or stressing isn't useful. You need to stay relaxed. It's more of a thinking man's sport, effectively, or lady sport. Right, person sport. Or robot. I mean, if we can get a robot playing it, I'd be game. Well, in fact, we've got AI already playing it.
We did try that.
We did
try that when we were at Goodwood. We tried to get the dogs from Boston Dynamics to go and play.
We did. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get it sorted, but yeah. Again, the AI...
They felt the AI systems on them for evasion might go a little bit crazy with quite that much stuff coming at them.
Yeah, that was it wasn't an issue with the technical other than they didn't want them rolling around.
Yeah, they were quite concerned.
Right, so... We've got RGN up against the Lions next. Lions are going to be on the red team, and RGN is going to be on the blue team.
So got some pre-match chat and strategy working through. Just while we're waiting for RGN to get themselves sorted out on the field. Shouldn't be long now before we get this next game underway.
Just having a conversation there. Some of the Mustangs getting prepped for their next game in a couple of games' time, and some of the back players there are getting quite confident with their ability to shoot, but getting slightly frustrated when they were trying to get round a shield, and they ran into that problem we discussed earlier where it was such a well-placed shield that when they leant round it, they were actually their head was out of the game zone, which meant they locked them out and they couldn't shoot. So it shows the opposition put a really good position shield. Okay, so up next we've got RGN versus Lions. Okay, here we go. RGN versus Army Lions. Now this is going to be a good one. Army and RAF match is always quite interesting to watch. This is the more experienced Army team, but not as experienced as RGN.
First points on the board there for RGN.
Still pretty close though. 20 seconds in, only 1 point in it.
It is, yeah. Good movement and evasion from the Army.
Again, a lot of volume of fire coming out of the Army. They're getting some points on the board, which is really good. Kangas feeling that he needs to put shield up.
good hits there coming from the Army.
Again, still very close, only 2 points coming up to 40 seconds in. Some really good ducking there going from Kangas and some of the RAF guys.
Again, starting to push the gap now. Still doable for the Army. We'll get that volley fire going again. Get a real barrage coming through.
So what the RGN team is doing quite well here is finding spaces to get forward. The Cato there on the front left corner. Oh, getting knocked out though. Good work from the Army. Possibly not enough time here to recover, but still a very good showing in this first round. Let's see if they can learn something from it, and in the next round, what I'd say about the Army is they're doing a really good job of focus firing one or two people at the same time, which is a really good way to deal with people who are good at dodging. Whereas RGN, they're basically using their movement about the pitch in a really good way to find angles to people that weren't necessarily looking at them, which makes it a lot easier to shoot somebody.
Yeah, some real good blindside moves.
Yeah.
Got the MVP categories there, a real nice one there from Army Player 3. Those 68 shots. We were talking about the rate of fire that Nahar was getting for SAS.
That's amazing.
Matches 68 is very, very good.
I was about to say, for the amount of experience that from Player 3 on the red team there is amazing. I mean, Charge 5, that's good. So that's what we're talking about, the volume of fire was really good in that last game.
Yeah.
Right, let's cycle it around. Let's see if we can get him in with game 2. Okay, I don't think they're going to tactically do anything massively different. I say that. RGN have been known to like try shields and things like that, so they might just mix it up for a bit of training. But I'm not 100%. Kato's a very interesting player, by the way. You may see on his wrist piece, he's got it behind him at the moment, but he has his wrist piece turned 90 degrees from where most people have it, which means he can fire by rotating his wrist. Now,
just not as reliable.
It's not as reliable, but the advantage of it is that it's very difficult to tell when he's firing. So when you're watching, and also putting shields up, so when you're watching people normally, it's like if their arms up, they're probably charging to shoot you. Their arms down, they're looking to try and do a shield. With Kato, it's difficult to tell which one he's doing. I don't know, I just have a feeling this is not based on anything. Kato's going to do shields this time. Anyway, we're missing one red player and then we're good to go. And here we go.
Here we go. So, can the Army get that barrage fire going again?
Brilliant shot there coming out of RGN straight away just to get a knockout. Actually, that was really good because it was on a shielder. Okay, so no shielders on RGN's team, but there is a shielder on the Army side. Yep. That shield's not bad.
And actually, it's a good opening tactic because Sudge, their player 2, actually his arm down for the shield, not the shielder.
Yes.
And he did flick a rank 1 shielder, but he was obviously there trying to pull that initial shot onto himself rather than the shielder.
Yeah, it shows a really good bit of tactic.
Really good idea.
Yep. And again here, they've switched back to that position where they're protecting one of their best shooters. Sudge is staying out in the open. Player 3 is probably the better shooter on the Army team. And he's trying to use that to great effect. Equally, RGN here, upping their dodging game.
Yeah, but not really focusing on that shield. Let them stay up in play for quite a long time, but that is the Army out shields.
It is. Let's see now, is RGN going to start capitalising on the lack of shields? They did a good thing there. They managed to take out player 3, which again is one of the more accurate shooters from the Army's team, which is making it more difficult for the Army to get some points back. So player 1 now, still giving it his all, trying to fire some shots, but you know he hasn't got the stats to back it up, so it's very difficult for him.
Yep.
Kato getting knocked out because he decided to hang around on the floor for too long, which is the danger of hanging around on the floor.
Yep.
Really good playing by...
much closer game, that one.
That was really good.
Much closer game.
I was about to say, absolutely good. And Sudge there, like, being out and on in the open and getting the most knockouts for his team was really good play and solid work from him.
Yeah, really nice play. So, I mean, said the RAF team have got much greater wealth of experience, more gameplay, but I think the Army team could become a threat very rapidly. Just a bit more training and practice under the belts.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the comparative experience of the RGN versus that Army team, we're talking years over like a year.
Yeah.
And also with all of these teams in the Army and the RAF, they have problems because they often have people deployed, so they're not always necessarily the same team as last time. For example, I think the Lines is made up of a mixture of people that haven't necessarily played that much together. So it's always that element of trying to work out your teamwork whilst you're at an event. which is tough. So, given all those circumstances, they've just played really, really well.
Yeah. That was really, really good gameplay.
Yeah. The Army now dying slightly on the floor from being worn out. Sudge, star player from the last game, is literally lying on the floor in front of us. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Anyway, right, let's cycle around to the next game. So next up we're going to have the Mongooses versus the RGN. This is going to be a competitive match. So you've got RGN, looks like they're going to be on the blue team, which is the one on the right, and you've got the Mongooses on the left. These are what came third and fourth in the tournament league matches we had yesterday. So it's going to be very interesting to see where they come.
So you guys do.
Jim there just giving a bit of words of encouragement to the team just in front of us. Like, they genuinely did an amazing job given the amount of experience they've had.
Whereas that team we've been playing together for 3 years.
So on the pitch now, you've got RGN there, Kangas at the front, Kato on the left, are some of their best players, but the guy on the right is actually what I would describe as their most experienced player. He's been playing the longest. Say, first year we met him, he was coming to Insomnia, I think, off his own back, dressed as a spider in a Spider-Man outfit. On the far side now, with the Mongooses, you've got Dan on the far right, you've got Goo in the middle, and then you're going to have Alex on the left-hand side. Now, they might switch it up a bit. Again, the thing I'd stress about the Mongooses, they can do everything. Alex, if they do a shielder, is going to be their shielder, I would imagine, because he's very confident in that role, but he's also confident in shooting. What I want to see from the Mongooses is some aggression where they push to the front line. But I don't know, this could go either way.
So you can show the guys who actually make the decision what it's all about. Try to
Sorry, slightly muted there. We're still having a chat with these Army guys in front of us. In the background there, you got SAS is having a chat with the Mongooses. It'll be in SAS's interest. We'll be trying to help the Mongooses to beat RGN here, because they'll be much more confident fighting the Mongooses than they will be fighting the RGN. RGN are one of those teams that, as I say, just time and again have come back from a situation where you don't expect them to win, and then they do. So SAS will be much more confident fighting Mongooses. And that's not to say the Mongooses isn't a good team, it's just that it's one that they train against regularly, so they know exactly what to expect.
Here we go then, guys. So, RGN Blades versus Fighting Mongooses, so expecting a real all-out battle here.
This is going to be a close one. Straight away getting a knockout on Kangas at the back. That is good from Mongooses.
As well as he came up on the front line there.
Yeah, shield coming up from Alex there, so he's acting as a shielder.
Yeah, Kato was moving up to try to shield, and they nailed him right in the front corner to get it up.
So this is going to be an interesting shield versus shield, but Kato's not managing to get his shields up.
No, they're focusing Kato every time he starts to move up towards the front line.
Actually, RGN, they're running into each other. Kato failing to get it. And this goes back to what we were saying about his wrist piece. He's got it in a way that isn't maximising his percentage for getting those shields up.
Yeah, it makes it difficult to read what he's trying to do, but it makes it unreliable.
There we go. So he's not managing it. He's switched back to the old technique.
Back to normal position.
Or he's trying to, but it might be a bit late in this game. Yes, there we go.
Finally got a shield up.
Kato moving back to the old style and getting his shield up. But it might be too late. He needs to just dump all his shields right now.
Yep. Should just put a barrier straight across the centre line.
Yeah, I think he was out sounding issues getting it charging still because of his quick change round. There you go, he's going for it now. But again, got knocked out just as he went in.
Yeah.
Mongoose is here, absolutely doing really weird. But I would say that came down to in part Kato's inability to get the shields up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the risk-based choice, I don't think worked for them there at all. I think it let them down badly. That's why you don't see players doing it generally, because it does make the motion detection unreliable.
Yeah.
It's not generally advised as a way to play at all.
Goo there getting 7 knockouts for their team. This is the thing I keep saying about Mongooses, is every single one of them can shoot really well. So Dan historically has been seen as a really big threat, but Goo is also a massive threat. And with Alex going shielder there, it just gave them the opportunity to get some shots in and start knocking people out. Now, I really hope that they realise what Kato was doing in that last round, because it would be difficult from their perspective to know what was going on, because you can't see his arm movement in the normal way. It would have taken them a bit of time to work out once that he started putting those shields up. And at the start, they basically got some easy time without shields going up just because of Kato having some issues.
Yeah, but it was also every time he came up towards the centre line, they fired.
Yeah. It's that element of that they are doing a really good job of shooting the people who are right in front of them. But anyway, we're going to cycle it around.
Well, not just that. If someone's hanging back and then shifts up towards the centre line,
it's a good indication.
You've got a pretty good chance they're either about to volley fire, or they're about to drop a shield. Either way, that person moving up to the front of the court needs to be targeted.
No, 100%. They're generally coming at you, depending on where you are on the court, they can be coming straight at you as well, which sometimes makes it a bit easier to hit them.
Yeah, but someone shifting off the back wall coming and heading straight for the centre line, they're about to do something that's going to be a significant disadvantage for you.
Yeah, 100%.
So that should always be a shift to fire.
So what do we think? Do we think that I think Argen's going to go straight shooter?
I think there's a very high chance Argen will go straight firepower this time.
I will be interested to see if I think Mongooses might do the same.
Yeah.
They're experienced enough to do both, and I think that even though that worked out for them, I think they realise it worked out for them because of the fact that there were some issues with the shielding. So they might do something different this next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're nearly set to go. We're just waiting for 2 more red players, and then we're going. Just having a red team trying to get locked in. So again, I think we're just waiting for one more player. I think it might be Kangas to try and get himself locked in. Here we go. I'm expecting a straight shootout here, but I might be wrong. In fact, I'm pretty certain of it based on Kato's arm position. Yeah, it's straight shootout. No shield coming in from Growly Bear. So Mongoose is sticking with the same tactic. Let's see if RGN can knock those shields down quick enough to win. So interesting here, they're trying to shoot down on the right, but they're managing it. Goo's not being able to capitalise just yet. Managed to get a point, but that may be not enough. Switch shields to give Dan a shield. That's a very dangerous position for the RGN to be in, because Dan is a very good shot.
And they're leaving him there as well.
Yeah. It's going to go down soon, but they didn't focus fire nearly enough. Equally, Mongooses didn't capitalise.
No.
Let's see if they can do it now.
Very small shots.
So what's going on here with RGN? It's like a really weird thing where basically they're focus firing the person who's out in the open, but it's actually working out for them because they're being able to weather the storm from the one person behind the shield.
Yeah, shield tactic's not working here for Mongoose at all.
Yeah, I think they'd have been better off with a straight shootout, but I mean, it's still 20 seconds. They might be able to pull something back. There you go.
He's going to go to game 3.
There you go. Goose getting back. Dan's got a shield now as well. This is a dangerous position for RGN to be in, especially with Kato on the floor.
Yep.
But he's still dodging down there. There you got him.
10 seconds.
Here we go. Dan's going to stay on that front line.
Mongoose is taking it.
Are we going to get overtime or not? No.
No, Mongoose is taking it.
So right at the end there.
Amazing comeback.
That was brilliant. Really good work from Gu and Dan. Just absolutely going all out. As I say, I knew they were going to stay on the front line there, even if their shields went down. They were just going all out on the shooting. And you can see it from the scoreline there. Just all of the points coming in the last section of the game. Really good effort for RGN though as well. That was really good. It's a bit of an upset that, I've got to be honest. Out of those two teams, I mean, they're really close.
All the teams have been improving and improving. So
yeah.
You're going to get this shuffle around on the abilities.
I think SAS are going to be happy with that because if we can get, if they can get the Mongooses through to the next section, they're going to be more confident against them than they're going to be against RGN.
Yeah. So at the moment, it's looking like Mongoose has still got a game to play, haven't they?
They have, yeah, but it's against the second army team, which is the least experienced army team. So I would expect the Mongooses to win this.
Yeah, Mongoose are 2 games up anyway, aren't they?
So at the moment,
1-2.
Yeah, so the Mongooses have
RGN have 1-2, lost 1. and Mongoose has got a game in hand.
So I think chances are if Mongooses win this next set, they're going through, which the chances are quite high that they will.
Yeah. Place Mongooses against SAS and RGN against IDK.
Oh.
For the semi-finals.
Yeah. That's actually that's big. That is quite big. That increases the chance of SAS going through to the final. Because
Mongooses have more than
they're on form.
Absolutely pulled the rug out from an SAS and taken a win when it wasn't expected.
I mean, one of my proudest moments was temporarily filling in for one of the for the Mongooses team when they were able to have one man down at the tournament, and I proceeded to help them win over the SAS at the time, and the SAS team at the time were a bit frustrated. So yeah, no, they definitely have the potential to win. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. If Mongooses keep playing like they just played, they definitely have the potential to beat them.
Yeah.
Just giving a thumbs up over there to Dan to say good job he's not noticing. But hey ho, they know they've done a good job. They'll be happy with that.
Yeah. I think he noticed. He just showed not to acknowledge it.
Clearly, it's like being left hanging when you're getting a high five.
Yeah.
I did actually have them just ask me if I could coach their team, but it doesn't look like they need it at the moment. Mongooses and Universe A, I know, are ones that are teams that will go back and listen to, the commentary. They'll watch matches and they'll try and break down who did what and how they can improve their game or how they're going to do a tactic against somebody in the future. Okay, so we got, again, at the moment I've got the boss and IDK just chilling on a bench, having a good time, drinking some Goku drinks. I'm in fact going to dig in, I'm trying to decide between a Piccolo can or a Goku can. I think I'm going to go Piccolo because it's my favourite, so I'm going for an apple.
That's fair. And then,
very happily.
Yeah, following on, once the Summer Cup is complete, we then have another tournament.
Which tournament is that?
That'll be the Influencer tournament.
There's an Influencer tournament?
Yes.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, that'll be interesting.
Intriguing to see that one.
Yeah. Again, I imagine most of them don't have any experience.
No.
Okay, cool.
Well, no, they're all at the same level of experience.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah.
I know ESL have been actually quite keen on the idea of having a Team GB athletics versus ESL Influencers tournament to see which is better, esports or physical sports.
I mean, at HADO,
whilst playing a technosport, because it's that merge point between the two.
Well, surely to make it fair, what you'd have to do is like a series of games in HADO and then go and play some like CS:GO or something.
Well, no, I think the thing that they're not thinking about there is that not many of the influencers have got the physicality of the athletes, but an awful lot of the athletes are gamers.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like, I think
there's quite a significant amount. That being said, we've had athletes playing, all we can say is the Team GB swimmers definitely had an edge over everyone else, but they weren't necessarily as immediately good at it as you might have expected, given their relevant backgrounds.
So I'm literally in my head thinking right now that I think we need to go just missing one red.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right, here we go. So Mongooses versus Army Mustangs. Now the Mongooses are not going to want to take the prisoners there. They want to secure their position. Dan going very aggressive at the front, but it didn't pan out. So we've got one of the Army players on the front left there having some problems with charging, but at the same time it's because he's mostly being knocked out.
He's chicken winging.
Yeah, but he's also...
His elbow's out at a huge angle.
He's managed to get it under control there, which takes effort because you've got to basically try and work it out during the game. There you go, he's back on form now. But Mongoose is using that to their advantage to get a bit of a points lead. this is quite good work actually for the Army coming back here, getting some points on the board. I mean, I know the scoreline seems big, but this is actually really good work from them. I'd expected the Mongooses to have a bigger score point.
Again, all the scorelines have got to be taken with the disparity of experience involved.
So I'm just enjoying myself a bit of piccolo drink here. Very tasty. Again, some good play there. I absolute credit to the Army player at the front, because he's put himself in the most awkward position. Like, the front position, especially against a team like this who can shoot, is really hard. Like, you've got to keep moving, which is part of the reason you'll see a lot of other teams rotating who's at the front, to give everyone a bit of a chance to get up there.
So here we go. So this is the final game of the pool stages.
It is indeed. I might start doing some maths quickly, if my pencil copes with it.
It's the high-tech pen and, well, pencil and paper.
Yeah.
Final coaching going on there for the Army Mustangs. Just trying to get that arm positioning issue sorted out for them. So when you're playing HADO, in order to gain, you have to send those energy blasts across the pitch. You have to have energy. You build up a store of energy by keeping your arm vertical. Which doesn't sound that difficult until you start to try and do it under pressure, and you'll find that your hand naturally kind of goes right back behind the back of your head, or your elbow starts to flare out to the side. Neither of which are vertical. And especially when you're under pressure, it can become very frustrating. But it's no different to any other sport. The physical aspects and elements of it. It's that whole thing just starting to learn it for the first time. Nothing quite works right or the way you imagine it would the very first time you play, and it takes practice and training to master those elements. Same way when you're playing any sport. You know, first time you play, you walk around and somebody completely destroys you. You've got no exact idea of where or how, and it takes time and training and practice to be able to master those arts and apply those different competitive activities correctly.
Apologies for me being quiet, I'm not very good at maths. So I normally set up a spreadsheet ahead of time.
Sorry, just one player from each team just to get finish their prep. Looks like he's got that charging issue resolved. Nearly there. Gets the last blue player. Here we go. Game on. Nice opening move there from the Army. Much more aggressive. Tracing shots across. That front line position is so high risk. Open up to the full fire for the rest of the team, but you are drawing off your teammates. You've got to hope your teammates are going to take benefit from that lack of pressure, and they're going to be able to get points up on the board for you.
Everyone!
Good point scoring here. Again, I know the Mongooses are winning the game, but we're praising the Army Mustangs, but the disparity experience for Mustangs to be holding on this well and racking up that many points is a very, very good showing.
So yeah, 22-8. Okay, so I might have to get you to check my maths on this, but I believe that we're going to do this pool next, this bit, which is going to be the Army Lions potentially versus Universe A, followed by Army Mustangs versus the Boss. So yeah, and then in the sort of the higher tier bracket, if it makes sense, you've got IDK versus RGN and SAS versus the Mongooses.
Yep. Do you want to go
to the next
teams
knockout
now?
phases. I will go and let them know.
So it's a really good play there. Nice play there from military teams. So they especially army teams, they're relatively new to the sport. So seeing them put points on the board there against more experienced teams is really good. And also watching the way they were improving there as we went through game on game. So that's the end of the pool stages now. So we're moving through to the knockout stages for the Summer Cup. To take us through, the aim is to try and get a position where we have all 8 teams ranked, sort of like 1 through 8 within the structure of the tournament. Right, let's get these games cycled back round and hopefully get our first set of knockout stages up and running very soon. So more tactics, more discussion going on from the teams. Just give them a little while to get themselves ready and get the tournament order sorted out. So again, thanks again to the sponsors who are making today possible, especially to Logitech for support on the headgear. We're going to be showing off a new setup.
But it's fucking games that I play and shit like that.
Okay, so moving through to get ready for our next set together.
The technology's where it needs to be.
Right, just getting our running order there sorted out on final elements of matches. So as we're doing on the knockouts here, basically we've got the top 4 teams for each pool going through to 1 set of knockouts, and the bottom 4 teams for each pool going through to a second set of knockouts. So we have Army Mustangs looking to face off against the Pool B, facing off against the Boss from Pool A. Again, we've seen the Boss play very aggressive, very fast on the feet, but Mustangs though, yes, they're less experienced, but we've also seen them start slowly improving basically through each of these matches. This is the first time being put under pressure sort of in a competitive environment like this, so they're definitely starting to gel better game on game and start to up their tactics a bit more. So odds are in favour of the Boss, but it'd be nice to see how what the Army teams learned from the stage matches and how they can try and apply those here in the knockout stages.
So there we go. We've got the Army Mustangs getting set up to play against the boss. Okay, so this is for see who goes through to the final of this part of the cup final. Is it the Shield Cup, is it?
Yeah, it's very good. So basically you've got semi-finals, and that then takes you through to the fifth play. So we then do semi-finals, winner of each of the semi-finals go through to the fifth place playoff.
Piccolo flavoured. It's actually very tasty. So, I mean, in this bracket, I expect what is going to happen is the boss is going to win this match, and that Universe A is going to win their match, and then we'll come down to a playoff between Universe A and the boss.
Yeah, for the fifth place playoff.
If anything different than that happens, I'll be mightily shocked. But that being said, the Army, they're getting some practice in. The Army Lions team is a good example. They have been playing really well.
Yeah.
For again, the amount of experience they've got, they're doing a brilliant job.
Yeah, and Mustang are clearly improving game on game.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, again, with the boss, is they can panic. All it will take is a few knockouts at the start. I think it's their current format is a bit less field tested, so I think it makes them a little bit more nervous.
Possibly, yeah. But it's a lot of firepower that's about to go out.
Yes. So. And also, it's going to feel bad, but the boss is not going to go easy here. No, they're going to absolutely try to annihilate the Army, and rightfully so.
Yeah. Why would you go easy? On any
well, yeah.
That's not the point.
That's very true.
Right, Bob's back to pitch side.
I think we're nearly good to go. We're just missing one or two players, so we're going to give it a quick shout.
Yeah. Okay, just missing one player now from each side. Just finished their login.
Red. I think he's just getting himself sorted now.
Just their central player. Yeah, and he's in. And now one of the boss players. And we're in. Here we go.
Okay, so I'm expecting some of the boss to run forward like he just did before the warm-up there.
Yep.
Army going for a bit more of a defensive position, which is not a bad shout, actually. Oh, good movement. That was actually really good.
Yep.
Really good movement from the Army there.
1 point apiece. Nice opener from the Army. Let's see if it keeps up.
Like a really minor change like that with the middle front player there from the Army basically hanging at the back at the start to get himself some charge and then pushing forward. It was a minor difference, but it made a big difference to his ability to get some shots out.
Shield just edging a bit of pressure off.
This is really close. Boss starting to pick up the pace here a little bit.
Yep.
Again, this player on the left-hand side of the boss page has been left alone, which is not a good idea. There you go, 2 shots going at him, but he's meaning he can just shoot with impunity. There you go.
Good.
Perfect. Good bit of shots going on him. There's good focused fire coming out of the Army.
Yeah, definitely tactically improving here.
Lovely dodging from the front player on the Army there, going right toe to toe. And again, bear in mind the boss players literally have been used to going to toe against IDK. This is not a bad team. This is a really good showing.
A really good team. That was a good game.
I mean, fair cop.
A really good game there from the Mustangs. I mean, great play from Boss. We expect that, but that was a real good step up there from Mustangs.
Oh, 100%. Again, just that start opener where basically they hang out the back, got a bit of charge, push to the front line, start shooting. Absolutely brilliant play, and then spending a lot of time on the front line, moving back to forwards, not getting knocked out. and doing quite a lot to try and get some knockouts on the boss. That being said, I mean, the boss still played really well. There was a couple of points where they were left, unmarked, and they made the most of that. I would say the army did a really good job at volley firing on one person, though.
That's the strategy and tactics behind it all. But yeah, I mean, the boss has got more experience on that. But fantastic showing there from the army against a much more experienced team.
Well, again, I mean, the boss has been around since we pretty much brought HADO over to the UK. They are, I think they were definitely present at least the first, it's the second year that we ran a tournament.
Yeah, they competed in the 2020 UK Championships.
All right, I'm going to reset things around for you. So I want to leave the stats up a little bit there because there's a few people looking at them trying to work out what's going on. Again, there's definitely an element of like who on the other team were getting the knockouts, that sort of thing is worth knowing, so you can then work towards it. I'm going to go and give them a bit of a kick and get things on going.
Yep. Things cycling around nice and rapidly. So it'll be interesting to see what comes off the back of that, because that was again a really nice step up there from Mustangs, and we're seeing nice clear step up from them each round of the tournament. Final setup there, so here we go. Wave of thumbs up going across the pitches for different things. So here we go. What can the army bring to bear on this second round? Nice movement. Unlucky there from the army on that, some of those opening volley points. Boss just using those rank 1 shields to take a little bit of pressure off themselves. Absorb some of the firepower from the army. They're really sort of up in their face, and there's a shift. You can see in the shift, the boss is shifting focus fire from player to player.
Yeah, the boss doing quite a good job there. I mean, their chill guy at the front is not being targeted, he's just chilling.
Yeah, and they're literally,
nice going.
They're literally going 3-on-1 across the army back line there.
Again, it seems silly, but the guy at the front on the boss, it might seem really relaxed, but the reason that's really good is it actually means that he can fire quite accurately because he's not moving his head too much.
He's not under pressure, really, no.
Yeah, which is why he's getting some quite accurate shots going out of the other team. That's very much how I used to look when I used to play. Try to be as relaxed as you can. Let everyone else do the active dodging. There we go. So that is the boss going through to the knockout round of that.
The fifth place playoff.
Yep. I will go and move them on with the next bit.
Yep. Need to try and pick the pace up.
Yep.
So we have 5 more matches to go between now and the announcement of the Summer Cup champions here at UK HADO. So to give some more spot about where we are currently at the Insomnia Gaming Festival at the NEC. So there's a great crowd watching the tournaments, lots of good competitors coming through. We've got a second arena set up next to us where people are coming to see the tournaments. They're moving straight on to be able to play HADO themselves and see what the sport's all about. So if you're visiting the Insomnia Gaming Festival either later this afternoon or on Monday, make sure you drop by and see us and come and experience HADO for yourselves. I believe this afternoon as well we will have another tournament, not part of our standard main tournament schedule, but we have a whole significant number of influencers who are coming down, part of the work we're doing with ESL and Logitech to look at different play on the pitch. And the new Logitech headsets also integrate with the HADO headsets to give really great audio for players while they're on the pitch, as well as being fun ones for us to use while we're doing commentary. So real nice little gaming headset units that work very well with the HADO system. So just get that cycled around so we're ready for the next match to come up. So our next match coming in will be the Army Lions facing off against Universe A. That's correct. Is it Army Lions versus Universe A?
It is.
Excellent.
And I've told everyone that we're going super speedy. So actually, fair cop to the Army Lions, they're already there and ready, which I approve. So again, the expectation here is that Universe A is going to win this, but this Army team's the more experienced team of the two Army teams and has good chance of actually beating them. I mean, as you saw from the old Army team, they're picking up their experience quite quickly. Tactics-wise, I think this will be I don't know. Universe A have been doing quite a lot of shields today, so it's possible that we're going to have a shield versus shield battle. I have gone and briefed all the other teams as to what their positions are after this, so hopefully we'll be able to start cycling through games pretty quick.
That's the last couple of players just get themselves logged in and ready. One off each side, get this match underway. Here we go to our final Universe A player. As I said, it's expectation, probably the odds here are in Universe A's favour on experience and training, but Lions have been, as the Capitals Mustangs, have been improving game on game.
Yeah.
So I think they're definitely in a position where they can start to pressure Universe A.
What the Army needs to do here is try and nullify Tim a bit, because Tim is one of the most aggressive players.
Yeah, it depends if they've been watching any of the earlier games with the tactics that worked against Universe A.
Universe A gone for a straight shoot build, which I think is going to be in their favour. And I think so of the Army. Yeah, no shields either time. This is going to be a straight shootout, which is good.
Good groundwork there coming through from the Army players.
Tim trying to win his one on the left to then free his shots up to the right. Again, really good movement from Universe A here, using the whole court.
Nice tactical movement as well, really pulling the shots to one side and then shifting out to the other.
It does look like the Army are trying to focus down Tim a bit, but just not managing to get him because he's doing quite a good job of dodging.
Yeah. He's a difficult target to hit.
He is. Again, communication coming in from the sideline here about who's target.
Not a shabby scoreline from Army Lions. So against
not at all. This is really good. This could still turn around.
I think I may be a little optimistic, but nonetheless, it's a good scoreline.
Look, I'm always going to cheer for the underdog here. At this point, you're right. It's probably a bit far that they're going to pull it back, but we might see about the next game. But that was a really good showing. You can see there the scoreline at the end. Universe A starting to accelerate because they felt more comfortable. They had the lead. They could take more advantages shooting at the other team. We are going to cycle this game pretty darn fast. I'm just waiting for one of the splash screens to come up, and then we'll be cycling.
Okay.
There we go. That is the splash screen I was waiting for.
Okay, so we can get this second round cycling quite rapidly.
Not giving them any chance to rest, going straight back into the next game.
They don't deserve a rest.
They don't deserve a rest. I mean, they do, but like the league format's the one where you really need to rest, which is where you get basically 7 games back to back.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of the matches from yesterday's league championship are currently up on the YouTube channel, so I just want to check those out after this stream. Here we go.
I'll be back in a moment.
So, nice opening work there from Lions. Going for a shield build this time. good defensive position there. And then really need to start maximising it. Layering the shields up as well to maintain that firing point. Good. Using those shields well to get points up and on the board.
Really good work here from the Army team.
Very good.
Can they get enough of an advantage in the opening start of the game?
Yeah.
Possibly is the answer.
Yeah. University missing the focus fire on the shields there. Tim having to actually call in for that support on it.
Now this is the problem is that
pulling it back,
I was about to say University keep bringing it back towards the end of the game where the shields are gone.
Army still got a shield in play though.
University needs to get that shield down fast. Tim, they're putting his shield up slightly counter very quickly.
Yeah, just trying to take some pressure off, trying to stop the Army scoring while they've got that shield in play.
At the same time, Tim needs to fire some rounds in. There we go. So he got a round across the pitch at somebody. Nice. That was a really good play from the Army there.
That was good tactical play.
The other thing is they really maximised on the use of those shields.
Yeah.
When those shields were in, you could just see a volley of shots.
Teams put the shields up and they don't manage to score while they're there.
That was brilliant.
That time, no. Army got the shields nicely in, layered up well for good defence, and racked up the points while they had that good firing position in play.
100%. So up next is going to be, I think, IDK versus RGN. We're going to have IDK in the red team, I believe, and RGN on the blue team. And then after that, we're going to go into SAS Mongooses, and then we're going to go on to the
University Boss,
yeah,
and then the third place playoff and final.
Yeah. Right. Well, anyway, we'll cycle things around. Start getting these guys ready for the next set. So I'm just switching the sets over to the set. Apparently we're switching up to the other version. Yeah, no worries. All right, Jim has left the booth. This is my chance to shine. Aha! Get the whole camera. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Obviously, it's been a really good tournament so far. The games that are coming up are going to be some really competitive games. So IDK RGN, you know, they're arguably in fact, all the next sets of games coming up are arguably, no worries, cheers guys, arguably some of the top 4 teams in the country. They're the guys that were all playing yesterday in the league matches that we were doing. My expectation of this first game is that IDK is going to win it, but I want to see RGN try and pull something back. So I'm just double checking over there, make sure things are still streaming and everything's good. What are we expecting tactics-wise? I think that it will be a straight shootout, is my guess. I think that Kato on RGN is going to go large orbs rather than shielding, because that didn't work out for him earlier when he tried that. And I think IDK are not going to want to take any risks, which means they'll go to what their default best moves are, which is effectively all of them shooting. If I get that wrong, what we'll see is Kato doing shields and probably Paris doing shields. That being said, yesterday we saw Kalo from IDK doing shields as well, so there's a bit of options there. If I just keep telling you all the tactics that can possibly happen, then eventually I'll get the right one. Right, I'm going to switch over to the camera that's showing on the court. Okay, so you've got IDK here on the side that's closest to us, so on the blue side, and you've got RGNs going over on the red team. Everyone's getting themselves logged in. So IDK have been the reigning champions, I think, since 2019. They are an amazing team. That year, they actually, my team won the previous year, and then we came in having never lost a game to the tournament in 2019. The first game in that tournament was us against the then a bit younger IDK. And they absolutely destroyed us and went on to win that tournament. Since then, they've won pretty much every tournament that has been going in the UK. In fact, I think yesterday in that league game, or set of league games, was the first time I've actually seen them drop matches. And they managed to lose, I think, 2. So they still won the tournament, the league tournament, but they just lost 2 games. But it does show that the other teams are coming up now on their 6. Okay, so we're getting pretty close. We're just missing one from each side. Okay, got all the blue. So we're just getting ready for this quite exciting game between RGN and IDK. As I say, my money's on IDK, but RGN's one of those teams that every time I say anything against them, they end up winning. So
Here we go then, guys. Let's get a game on. IDK versus RGN Blades. So this was the Spring Cup final. This time there it's the Summer Cup semi-final.
Kato taunting the other team going, I got one. Which, I mean, they have got the lead at the moment.
They do.
Paris there on the front pirouetting, but not managing to pull it off. I would expect Milo to come to the front in just a moment if this carries on like it is.
Yeah. Yeah, expect Milo to shift his gameplay up and move off that sniper position into a more aggressive front line.
This is really good play from RGN.
Yeah.
They've got quite a good advantage here because they've managed to get a lot of the IDK players down to one petal. There you go, Milo pushing to the front there, trying to get some points on the board for his team.
Yeah. I mean, IDK got the point lead, but yeah, really good play from RGN.
RGN can totally pull this back if they get a few knockouts one after the other.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the IDK players are low on life markers.
Again, this is IDK playing well. They're not holding back.
No.
Oh, a lovely shot there on Milo. Milo's so hard to hit, and that was a brilliant shot on his way past.
Yeah, really good play from RGN. That first half was stunning, but yeah, you can see IDK just accelerate there in the second half again.
Yeah, well, 100%. Like, that was amazing play from RGN. I mean, obviously IDK, we expect it. I don't want it to seem like we don't think that they're playing brilliantly, but it is their expected level. They were obviously trying as well. There wasn't any holding back. I mean, look at that. Like, 47 shots coming out of Paris was really good, especially when he's on the front line.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was on a high charge rate build, though. In Paris, there was on charge 5. So when we talk about the effectiveness of basically that technician style role, 47 shots on charge 5 is actually really low.
That is low. Yeah.
Yeah, you expect to see that sort of 60 mark quite happily on a charge 5 technician.
No, 100%. I'm going to cycle it around so we can get on with the next game. But that was, I mean, genuinely, this is what I say about RGN. I predicted that they would lose to IDK in that, but every time I say that, they then come out the back of the field and just like do some ridiculous play that I'm not expecting and nearly pull it back. I mean, that was very close to them winning that game.
Yeah.
And again, all credit actually to IDK for staying calm and just persevering. They're getting more pressured nowadays, and they're having to do that.
Yes.
And it shows. We've always said historically, it's like if they're pressured, do they tilt? Well, the answer is not so much. They just keep calm, carry on, and start getting those knockouts.
Yeah. But we want them to get pressured because that's how they get better.
100%. All right, here we go. Let's see if RGN can pull around away from IDK. I think this will be a straight shootout again.
Yeah, something like it.
Paris doing a better job at that point weathering the... I mean, there was that many orbs coming at him there, so then he didn't get hit. It's really impressive.
Yeah.
He knew it was going to happen as well after what happened last time at the start of last game.
IDK really throwing the pressure into it.
But again, they've been backed up to the back wall. That's very rare for IDK to be playing back there.
Yes,
Draw really a sign of respect.
Line,
Yeah. It's normally that element of, right, we do need that space to dodge. They'll probably start going forwards in a minute. They're feeling a bit more confident now. They've got a bigger play bracket.
Yeah.
Equally, they might just want to reinforce. Do you know what, guys? If we just hang back here, we're going to win this game. Oh, look at that. RGN all pushing forward. That's brilliant work.
Yep. And earning the point for it.
Yep.
So good.
But that's what they need to be doing at this point, because IDK clearly changing the distance to try and maximise their chances.
Yeah, to make it as hard as it can be.
What I like about this play as well is you get to see how good Kalo is, because he normally he's got two people in the front distracting him. Right now he doesn't have that. He's holding his own. I'm not sure I've seen him get knocked out.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think Paris is the only one to drop points out of, which is absolutely insane work.
Yeah.
Really good play from IDK there, just to show what they can do. Look at Milo there, 9 points on the board.
Yeah.
Kalu not getting many points, but he was dodging quite a lot in that game.
He was drawing a lot of fire and just not getting hit at all.
Yeah, which is kind of a role reversal for him normally.
Yeah. But impressive that he can actually do it as well.
Oh, 100%.
That he's not reliant on the other two, that he's got the skills to evade on his own.
No, 100%. No, that was really, really solid work. He also fired 51 shots. I mean, he had a charge 4, that's not bad, but that was good work from IDK to trying to change it up just a little bit. And all it was them hanging back a bit, not going near the front line, not giving RGN like a target to shoot at, because that's what they're good at. It's like going, right, Paris at the front, let's knock him out and then knock somebody else out. Whereas with all of IDK at the back, the fire was split across all of them.
Yeah.
So they're all able to dodge a bit better.
Right then.
So
SAS Mongooses.
SAS Mongooses. Cycles again. Right, I'm going to go and hurry them up.
Okay, so SAS Mongooses, regular training partners, and although SAS probably overall got the edge, Mongooses have more than once pulled a blinder and flipped a result round that you wouldn't expect to see coming. And remember, we're still looking for our MVP. So if there's any of the players you've seen either in pre stages or during these knockout stages that's really grabbed your attention, you thought that player's done phenomenal work, something that they've really impressed you, please drop it in the chat and let us know your thoughts. We're looking to have our Logitech MVP of the tournament alongside obviously our first, second, third place teams here. Just got back while the teams are in their sort of final setup.
Yeah, it was just getting going. So I was just speaking to a photographer who was trying to get my predictions on who would win, so he knew who to take pictures of. I gave him my best guess, but we'll see what happens. SAS getting set up over there, and obviously Mongoose is on the opposite side, on the blue side. So we've got SAS in red, Mongoose is blue.
Yeah, which means we're in with a reasonable chance of what we sort of thought could happen, which is that IDK SAS final, assuming the Mongooses don't pull a blinder here.
They could.
Which they could, and they have done in the past.
The Mongooses can beat SAS.
Yeah.
This is a fact.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that goes after that, how the opening match between the two and how close they were. See where that can go in the final.
Very true. Right, we're nearly there. I think we've got most of blue, just missing a couple of reds. That's me signalling at them.
Okay, just get ready to get these match up and running. Okay, and this will be the this match
last
setup now
semi-final,
is
yeah.
our final, is the last of the semi-finals.
Ash, old Pyro hanging slightly just on the left corner there. Oh, switching with Shamai. Not wanting Mongoose to be able to fight who they want.
On the way across though. So about Mongoose is having the ability to basically flip the game and shift the odds against SAS.
So we've got a shield tactic coming out, so Nehar's going to be key in getting those shields down. She's on it.
Yep, shields are gone.
They also now know Growly is doing the shield tactics, so they'll be trying to knock him out if he comes forward.
Yep. Mobile's arm goes down, he's getting close.
Stacking up a bit there together, SAS, but it didn't pan out badly for them. This is, however, great play coming out of the Mongooses. This is a really close game. Getting Shmai out like that, really good work.
Yeah, we've got him a couple of times, mainly when he's doing cross court. He's coming across the centre point.
They're even nullifying Ash by shooting him quite accurately, which means it's tough for him to shoot.
Yeah.
And just got him just then.
Constantly having to move, not able to get his eye in properly.
I was about to say, I can tell SAS is stressed. I can hear some shouts of shouts of frustration or trying to get stuff sorted. This is very close. Again, Gu on this side, facing off against Shimai, really dangerous position, but doing such a good job.
Yeah. That was excellent gameplay there.
Yeah. Again, what you got there is player 4, which is Dan, and Gu obviously getting the points for their team. Growly was going in a shielded position. And again, both of them doing really well, given that they're going up against Ash and Shimai, who are some really tough opponents to go heads up against.
Yeah, I'm not sure the shield really gave them that much, so I'd expect probably a shift to firepower for this next round.
Possibly. I mean, it'll be an interesting one either way. I'm not quite... legitimately, that is going to be a much more terrifying game. SAS will have felt reasonably calm, even though they were getting stressed in that, they'd have felt reasonably calm. If the Mongooses go straight firepower, there's a very high chance of them freaking out a bit.
Yep.
Okay, some quick chats going on. I'm going to go and give him a shout and try and get him back on the game.
Okay, so nice quick turnaround. So obviously Mongooses need to win this one to take it out to a 3-round match. And SAS take this and they're through to the final. So very much all to play for all the teams here. Obviously the losing team here will go and face off against RGN, and the winning team will face off against IDK.
That's it. We also got to try and put in the Universe A boss at some point.
Yeah, we have so it'll be 5th place playoff, then 3rd place playoff, then final.
Perfect. Okay, so we're missing one of each team and then we're good to go.
Get there. Nearly. One Mongoose, we're all in. Let's go, go, go.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a straight shootout. I think so. I can see Alex firing just some shots out there, which is Growly Bear. We're up for a straight shootout.
Yep.
This could go in Mongoose's favour.
Yep, Mongoose's first points on the board there.
Nullifying Ash and Shimai a bit there by just the short volume of fire coming at them.
Yep.
Now, SAS have been known to tilt,
pick up the pace.
but they're coming back. They're staying calm.
We said last time when Ash and Shimai got very heavily focused, then all the pressure went off of Nehar, and she scored very well in those games.
100%. So Nehar's a really good addition to this team because historically it had put more pressure on Shimai, which he's not great at cross-shotting, whereas Nehar's taking most of the advantage of not being shot as much to get some knockouts.
Yeah, there's almost nothing coming at Nehar at all here. All the focus is on Ash and Shimai.
I was about to say fair cop to Ash as well because he's still managed to get knockouts even though being pressured so heavily.
Yeah.
He's really good at staying on that front line, staying small, dodging with a relatively small space, which gives Shimai more room to dodge on the far side.
Yes.
And still not drawing attention to Nehar at the back.
Yeah.
But Mongoose is doing really, really well here.
Yeah. Nehar's really closing down that space with firepower as well.
I think this tactic was the right choice for the Mongooses. They needed to go shooter like that, and they did an absolutely brilliant job. I mean, again, credit to Alex there, Growly Bear for switching over.
From Ash, given the amount of firepower he was under.
I'm telling you, I out of their team, I still think he is one of the best players in the country.
Yeah.
I feel as an all-round player, he is the best player in SAS. I think Shimai still has it on an agility side, but just the ability to make himself small in a corner, Ash is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's really happy with himself. I can see him smiling over the far side. He knows he just did a blinder. And to be fair, as I say, the difference between this tournament and last tournament is noticeable with Ash. Because last tournament, if you'd have said who's the best player in SAS, it would have clearly, probably been Shimai.
Yeah.
Whereas this tournament, Ash is coming out going, well, no, actually.
Yeah.
I'm also amazing.
Really good.
Yeah.
Right then, the 5th place playoff.
Yeah, I'm going to go and get stuff on the way.
Moving in now towards the to our final round of matches here. So we start with the 5th place playoff, then 3rd place playoff, and then final. So 5th place playoff, Universe A versus the Boss. 3rd place playoff, RGN versus Fighting Mongooses. and then the final between IDK and SAS. So expecting to see phenomenal final set of games here. Remember, we've got our thoughts as we've been going through, but if you want to add anything in the comments about who you think should be our the Logitech MVP player of the tournament, please let us know. If somebody you think's has grabbed your attention, who's played really well, and who deserves to be recognised for their ability.
I just had a quick chat with SAS. Was talking to Ash and Shimai. Ash knows he did well in that last game. He's very happy with his performance. I think Shimai is also very happy with his performance because it's one of those, like, as all of their team improve their ability, it just pushes all the rest of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're playing an absolute blinder. If Ash had done this last time, because I personally, in my opinion, Ash could play this well at the previous tournament, and just didn't have the confidence.
Yeah.
Whereas now he's worked on that, he's just coming out like firing. If they'd have played like this last time, I think they'd have had a good chance of coming in second.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, I don't want to take anything away from Schmeichel because he's also massively improved. Everyone's showing improvement.
The whole team's picked up the game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be very interested to see the final between them and IDK. As I said, that first game against IDK, they really pushed them, and IDK only got it in the second game because they switched the tactics, and that same tactic's not going to work again.
Yeah, I think SAS is also riding on a bit of a high at the moment.
Yeah.
They're definitely feeling confident and happy with themselves, and rightfully so. That being said, IDK, as we've said, like if they come under pressure, we were wondering what happens to them. Well, clearly the answer is they play really well.
Yeah.
I've seen them. I think it's like last year, was it at Goodwood, where they started to lose a game against a random team that just happened to be really good. And I was like, wow, what's going on here? And then you saw them just kind of kick it into another gear and go, well, hang on, let's knuckle down here, start doing what we know works, and just start getting some knockouts, and then ended up winning ridiculously. So that's what we need with IDK. They need to be pushed. Coming out of this tournament and the tournament yesterday, I think they're going to be going back home and doing some serious training.
Yeah, which means they'll up the game again by the time we hit the UK Championships in October.
Which is brilliant.
And even more so by the time we hit November for the European Championships.
Yeah. Is it 4 players for the European?
It is. It's four players, and that team is going to be an amalgam of IDK and SAS.
Yeah.
The Team UK going out to the European Championships.
Awesome.
I think basically you're not going to get a lot better than that right now.
No, not at all.
And yeah, we're in a very, very positive about our chances in the European Championships as well.
Having seen what happened last year, barring some ridiculous improvement from some European teams that, like,
I think there've been a lot of training, a lot of matches played by the European teams.
That's what I mean.
Most certainly up the games.
I think that the British team have a really, really solid chance of bringing home the win. I think if IDK had made it last year, unfortunately they weren't able to due to COVID issues.
I think half the team was down.
Yeah. If they'd have made it last year, I think they would have definitely won it, or at least, been a really high chance.
I think they'd have taken it last year. But,
Yeah.
But that was then. It didn't happen. So all to play for this year.
Well, the key thing with all these sports is it's about getting as many good teams as you can, because every good team pushes every other team up. And so in the UK, we've been fortunate, we've been running a bit longer than a lot of the European countries, so our tournament scene is actually quite developed. There's a lot of people with experience. I think last year's European Cup, most of the other European teams didn't have nearly as much experience as our team that we sent, and our team that we sent was like a really hodgepodge team of people that we threw together at the last minute.
Yeah, yes, it was. Yeah, when your selection criteria is, okay, who's not got COVID
and has a passport,
has got a vaccine, has had the vaccines, and does have a passport.
Yeah.
That's you get an interesting team when those are your selection criteria.
We're good. Do you want to switch it back? I think we're about to start.
Here we go. Back to courtside. Here we go.
Okay. So we've got Universe A versus the Boss. My money is on. I have no clue. This literally could go either way.
Depends what builds they go for.
Yeah, we've got a load of fire coming out of the
Universe
Boss.
A got Shield.
I think the Boss is going to win it.
I think they will if Universe A goes Shield.
They're so used to dealing with shields and doing it themselves that they'll know just to target that and knock it down.
Yeah, but we saw that in the full stage. So Universe A went Shield, and until the shields ran out, they didn't really start scoring any points.
Yep. And again, Tim knocked out there as he came forward to try and give himself some breathing room with the shield.
Yep.
He had to give up on that plan because he got knocked straight out.
I mean, they're pulling it
That
back
being said,
points-wise
Tim's getting in there. He's given us some space and got some knockouts. Universe A is still in this.
Very much more. They've got 3 rank 5 shields still to drop.
Yeah, if they can get those up. Now Tim's good at dodging, so if he can stay out, he's going to go right. Brilliant. They're going to use it. She needs to use the rest of those
2
shields.
shields left, 20 seconds of the clock. You might as well layer them out.
Use them. That's it. Here they come. Nice, good shield. Just use the other one, and then they might actually win it.
Yep.
This is so tense.
Got to get that shield up.
Tim needs to stay out. Tim needs to stay out and get a knockout here.
We've got 1 point on the board from either team here. Well, we're going to get our first overtime.
Oh! So unfortunate right at the end that Tim got hit there. So when I said that Tim needs to stay out to get a knockout, he's the best dodger. And what the hope with that is that he can stay out, keep using his dodging skills, and his teammate who's behind the shield can maybe get a knockout from the side. Equally, he's also completely capable of getting a knockout from being out in the open. Unfortunately, they managed to just knock him out just before the end. If we'd have gone to overtime, it'd have been interesting to see what happened, but I think the boss technically would have had the stats advantage, so we would have seen what happened. All right.
Right, cycle this round.
Yeah.
You need to press the button again.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I really hope that I went immediately into writing some stuff. I really hope that they go straight shooter coming out of Mongoose. That is their best option right now. That being said, they used the shields really well in that last game.
That shield play worked that time round.
Yeah.
They got it right. It was
Boss will be
nice.
expecting it though.
Let's wait and see. More courtside coaching and discussion. Just getting prepped and ready now. So first the boss players now taking the pitch, and Universe A getting prepped up, having a bit of advice there from their training partners in Fighting Mongooses.
So I'm getting a bit of information that there was potentially a bit of a technical downside on one of the boss players there, so that might be actually why they scored so little. It's not a guarantee that it was or not, so we're gonna have a basically a ref sat on the side and just keep an eye on it. And if it happens again, we might need to reset. But the indication was he didn't manage to fight any bullets at all, which is quite rare.
Yeah, I mean it was all the boss points scored by a single player.
Yeah.
Which is very unusual for them.
Yeah, that can happen. So as I say, what we've done is try and put somebody on it to keep an eye on it.
The joy of technology, it happens with everything.
Yeah, exactly. Bear with, we're going to get started in just a moment. We're just double checking that everyone's all good.
Here we go. Game 2. Can Universe A pull this one back?
Okay. All of the bosses firing, which is good from a technical perspective.
Yep.
Let's see if it makes a big difference.
Universe A have gone to maintain the shield tactic.
They have, yep. Well, again, if the boss were down on shooter last game, then it should make a bit of a difference this game.
It means the shields are going to go down much faster.
Which feels like they are a little bit. Then again, Tim's just managed to get behind that shield, make some good shots.
Yep.
And got a knockout.
Points on the board as well.
Again, putting the boss a little bit on the back foot. The boss still carrying on. They're getting their shields down, getting shots around it.
Yeah, they're hanging too far back off that shield, meaning you get the cross shots in behind it.
They are, and again, it's a tough one because the shield is trying to space them out across the game.
Yeah.
They've only got one left. I mean, this is a good indication that the boss have been knocking them down a lot quicker. That being said, they could have done a better volley fire. They left Tim there quite a long time. Tim's quite a good shot.
Yep.
Again, credit to the shielder on the Mongoose side, like finding methods to get to the front and put those shields up without getting knocked out. It is actually tough to do that.
It is.
Here we go. Mongoose is coming back.
2 point lead. Universe A.
Universe A, sorry, thank you.
1 point in it. Can they hold it? 7 seconds to hold on to it.
I'm getting 2 in it.
Gone to a draw.
Come on,
3
Tim.
seconds.
Lovely roll from Tim at the end. He was nearly got knocked out. Going to overtime. Next knockout wins it.
Yeah, next knockout. Any player takes this match.
They're going to target Tim. He's only got 1 point left, and he's one of the better shooters. So I'd expect Boss to volley him.
He's also the better dodger.
Yep, that's true. Introduce the shields on both sides.
Shields from Boss. Yeah.
Nice effort
Good
from Boss there.
tactic from Boss there. Drop the shields in, just take those first couple of hits out, allow him to just stand still and aim.
That was such a good game though.
Very, very close.
Yeah, absolute credit to both of those teams there. Again, Universe A, apologies for calling you Mongoose there. I got a bit into the game.
Yep.
Alright, so next up we're going to have RGN versus the Mongooses. So at the minute, we've got Boss in 5th place, I think.
Yep. So Boss has taken 5th place.
Yep. And you got Universe in 6th. So this next one's going to be...
And with Lions and Mustangs in 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
So now, yep. RGM Blade Mongooses for 3rd place playoff.
Yeah, exactly that. Who do we think? I actually don't know.
I don't know. Very even teams.
I was about to say Mongooses beat RGN earlier, didn't they?
Well, no, this is going to come down to stat choices.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the Mongooses will be riding on the high of beating RGN earlier, and I will kind of redo that. But RGN, as I say, every time I down them, they just come back and win.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're a real sort of X-factor team in how they can do things and how they can approach and where they can go with it.
They're a really experienced team. They've done so many different things that you never know exactly. Like, if I'm on the other team to them, I don't know exactly what they're going to do. They're the sort of team I'm 100% going to try and see what their stats are before the game, because that's an easy way. So again, it's a bit cheeky.
Unless you know what the stats are, it's also what they're going to do with them.
Yes, yeah. Well, you're right, because the thing is, even if you just know that they're going to do a shooting build, they can all play so different positions on the pitch that it doesn't make a difference that you know they're going to do a shooting build.
Especially with the random factor of Kato and his general mind tricks and the crazy play for taking people off the game.
I genuinely love him. He's brilliant.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I don't know. Mongooses as well. I think they've got the chance to win it. I really kind of want them to, because they're a team that has been around for a very long time, and they always place kind of in that 3rd, 4th, 5th position. And I think they'll be really happy if they manage to get 3rd place here.
Yeah.
It'll be well deserved as well.
Absolutely.
As I say, RGN's a team that came 2nd in the last cup.
I mean, and Fight Mongooses are known for their tenacity.
That is true. They are Mongooses, yeah.
Well, the very first UK Championships they took part in 2018 was basically they won their place for it while we were at Hyper Japan.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, 2019 they took part in. And there was basically 4 tournaments, one each day, and the winning team from each day won the right to go and compete in 2019.
So they turned up for each day, I'm guessing.
They did indeed. They lost. They lost in the final on day 1. They lost in the final on day 2. They lost in the final on day 3. They won on day 4.
Fair cop.
This is not a team that knows how to quit.
Yeah.
They will get there.
So back when I used to play more regularly, they were what I would say is one of my biggest rivals. They would turn up to every tournament, and me and my team and their team were basically always trying to beat each other. They're brilliant, and they just keep going, and they keep getting better. To be fair to them, they travel quite a long way to train.
They do.
And they just keep doing it.
They're quite spread out across the country, so it's not like they're all travelling in the same direction either.
Yeah, so they meet up at a HADO venue, get some training done, and get ready for the next tournament. All right, I think we're getting ready to go. We've only got a couple of people for each team left.
Back to pitch side. Kato to log himself in. Okay, let's get it on.
Thanks to Ash there for shouting at Kato to press his button. Again, this is a tense one. Okay, so we're getting a point on the board from RGN.
Yep.
That's going to make them feel a bit better. They've got a lot of volume of fire going out. They're trying to nullify Dan on the right.
Nice shields there in the centre.
Interesting shield tactics coming out. I'm not sure that was best tactic from the Mongooses, but I don't know.
Giving Good a little bit of firing time.
It's giving Dan a bit of firing time as well, so not a bad shout.
Good counter shield.
Yeah, Alex knows what he's doing with those shields. Problem is, again, RGN willing to
Yeah, it's a low point score though, so it's definitely staying within range for RGN to pull this back once those shields go out.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
at this point,
nice work for Mongooses opening that gap.
it is. At this point, you'd hope the Mongooses were further in the lead.
Well, if they wanted any sort of sense of security, yeah. I think 20 seconds and only 3 points in it. That's still too close to call.
Okay, this is their chance.
Final
Dan,
shield up.
yeah, Dan needs to push that front corner if he can. Come on, Goo, you can do it.
Three.
Lovely shot there from Goo on the front player. Dan's pushing. That was very close.
Very, very close. RGN just taking that match.
I would say they need to switch it up and go all shooting.
Yeah, I don't think the shields were helping them.
The thing is, yeah, I was about to say RGN are really good at getting around it as well.
They are. Focus fire and angle around it.
I'm going to criticise RGN a little bit. They could have been better and tighter at taking those shields down and using those angles. But at the same time, they got the win. So let's see if the Mongooses change anything up.
Back. Yep. So what do you reckon? The Mongooses do it?
So they're a team that stay calm. So I think that they could have a good chance of doing it.
Yeah.
If they go straight shoot, what it'll come down to, I think, is if they go straight shoot and they start off by getting like a couple of points really early on, they'll win it. If RGN get the first couple of points, I think that it will put them on the back foot enough that they'll psychologically find it difficult to come back from it.
Yeah. So you just go for just the initial momentum is going to carry it either way.
Yeah, I think whoever gets the first couple of points on the board is going to win it, or at least win this game.
Yeah. I think you've also got the strategic choices whether Alex is going to go shield again, whether Kato is going to go shield on RGN.
I think RGN will stick with the shooters. They know that it just works. I think they'll expect that Mongooses will go shoot. If RAF, RGN go shield and Mongooses go shoot, I think that they'll lose. I think Mongooses will win. I think in some ways it's the best opportunity for both players, both teams to shoot now. All right, here we go.
Okay, so wait on the final Kangas to log in. There we go.
It's going to come down to Alex whether he drops his arm to do a shield or not.
We'll see in a sec, see if he steps properly into camera line.
No, he looks like a shooter. Yeah, it's a shooting build.
Yep, straight shoot both teams.
And as I said, Mongoose is getting a couple of early shots, yeah.
Well, they can keep it up.
So again, Mongoose is feeling all right, but RGN's still pushing.
Initial momentum, starting to edge ahead.
Now the thing is, RGN's really good at like knocking one person out and then getting somebody else out as well and doing volley fire on people.
Yeah.
That may come into it like that.
Do that concentrated fire across the team.
Dan doing a good job there to weather some fire coming in, but he did get hit in the end.
Back by RGN though, back to a single point in it, and they pulled it level. 30 seconds in. This is anyone's game.
I was about to say, this might come down to a bit of fitness as well. This is so close. Mongoose is staying in there.
This is day 2 of tournaments for both teams, so.
Yep. Dan trying to get a shield up to give himself some breathing room, but not managing to get it. He got knocked out. He just needs to shoot at this point.
He's just got to hold on to that lead. 3-point lead should weather you through the next 5 seconds.
Nice work there. I mean, both teams playing genuinely really well in that game.
Yeah, great double kill there right at the end from RGN, just not enough to close the gap.
Yeah, 100%. Again, Dan there, player 2, doing a really good.
that's just going to round 3.
It is the third game between them.
It's our first deciding round.
It is. Everything else has been a bit just 2 wins and that's it.
So, any thoughts yet on an MVP? Someone who's grabbed your attention.
Ash has 100% improved. If you look at his performance today, the problem is I feel a bit biased because I've seen the improvement in training, so I kind of saw it coming. If I had just commentated on this and not seen anything between, I'd have straight away said he was my MVP because his performance this time in comparison to last time is absolutely insanely good. Outside of Ash, who we got?
I think you've got to give Kato's head games a shout.
Kato is... Do you know what? And the other thing is Kato often does a lot of groundwork that isn't necessarily great. His groundwork and his rolls and stuff like this time have been absolutely amazing. Right, bear with.
There we go. Here we go. Round 3.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Kato's up there as well.
I think I've probably voted for
Goo, yeah, I mean, I don't want to, like, it's one of those. A lot of these players like Goo and Dan and Alex, they're all really good players just consistently.
Yeah.
I think Goo's also getting a bit more confidence, like, she knows she can shoot and is willing to do it.
Yeah. Big opening lead there for RGN. It's a lot of momentum to fight back against. Gap's closing. See if Mongooses can knuckle down and pull this one back.
This is a really tense game. I mean, I'm not saying anything because I'm so busy trying to pay attention to what's going on.
There's a lot on the line on this one.
This is the game I'd be cheering on the side.
Yeah.
I mean, I can hear people cheering right now. There's a lot of motivation trying to come out from both teams. The amount of fire coming out there.
Left, 10 seconds.
I think RGN might have just pipped it.
RGN just did it then. With 3 points it was viable, but no, that final black hit of momentum there.
That was such a close game, and Mongooses really should be really proud of themselves because those games, I'd say that series of 3 games has definitely been the closest, the most tense of the whole day.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong, the SAS IDK game earlier on, that was really, really close, but this is a set of 3 games which is absolutely immense.
Yeah.
Well played to all of them.
So, here comes the final.
It is.
IDK versus SAS. So, can SAS manage to do in open tournament what no team has done so far and take a game? I mean, they came so close.
They came so close earlier. Now, pressure comes into it at this point because it's the final. I think SAS will be more relaxed, and the reason SAS will be more relaxed is they're going to be happy getting to this point because they're already guaranteed a second place.
Well, SAS felt the pressure to get to second place.
Yeah, they've managed that, so I think they're going to be relaxed.
They don't feel there's any pressure on them to win. The pressure was to get to second place.
Correct.
They're already there.
And I think IDK are going to feel pressure because they have pressure on them not to drop a game.
Yes.
So there is a chance. I think if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in the first game.
Yeah.
I think if IDK win the first game, it'd be very hard for SAS to psychologically get into a place where they can beat them in the second game.
Yeah.
If it's going to be it's going to be the first game. Now, equally, if they win the first game, that could
Then
really
all bets are off at that point.
Yeah, because that second game is whether IDK are not used to losing, right?
No.
So if it happens, are they going to be able to have the mental fortitude to carry on? I think the answer is yes.
I think the answer is yes.
They're all sound, lads who know what they're doing. But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. So obviously in the league yesterday, IDK managed it twice, but that was in the league within the league structure.
Yeah.
So a bit different setup on it, but within the standard HADO Cup matches, it's a different kettle of fish. Really.
It is. The teamwork synergy between IDK is just so strong.
Yeah.
That whatever teammate is having a tough time because he's getting shot or everything, doesn't matter. So this is going to be a tense one. The SAS, don't get me wrong, again, their team is been doing some changes and stuff recently.
They have done.
Nahar's relatively new.
but they've put a lot of hours in on court.
They have, yeah. But again, so they've got a massive element that they can improve very quickly.
Yeah. And Neha's about a couple of months now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's been dropped in the deep end, both with the team and with HADO. I believe her third or fourth day on the job, she was teaching Samo Farah how to play HADO.
I mean, absolute credit. But she's playing really well as well.
Yes, she is.
And the other one is strategically, they've made really good choices about how to utilise that third player.
Yeah.
So they've clearly had a plan. Like, okay, you come in, you have the high charge. Be in charge of taking those shields down. Free me and Shemai and Ash up to shoot.
Yeah.
Be in charge of getting knockouts when you can as well.
Yeah, I'd say the only thing at the moment is they've got a pretty predictable format.
Yes.
So I mean, it's a really good format.
Yep.
But unfortunately, it makes it predictable for the opposing side.
Yeah. Again, I can see a smile on Ash's face there. He looks quite relaxed, which is good.
Yeah,
that's
as
what
I
we
said,
want.
all their aim was to get to second place. They've done that.
Yeah, 100%.
Anything out from further out now is just bonus.
Even Shemai is smiling.
Yeah.
And he's normally the one that gets super tense and focused. So I think there should be good stuff here.
Yeah.
Whereas, the pressure is on IDK. Now, I'll be interested to see what happens. Does Paris start on the front line versus Shemai and get drawn into that fight? Or do they straight away try and switch it up and get, what they did previously to try and get Shemai tunnel vision on like Kalo or something and free Paris and Milo up to do what they need to do to nullify Ash and Neha?
Yeah.
I think IDA is trying to do that. I think what Shemai needs to think about out of all the players is if he gets freed up, he needs to get to that front corner and start making the most of those cross shots. If he does that, then they'll win. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I mean,
That's also tough to do. Please don't. This is not me like.
Yeah. No, I mean, SAS are getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah.
And it is. I would say it's a matter of time until they take a game on IDK.
Yeah.
It's not anything else. It's just whether.
Yeah, it's when rather
it's going
than
to happen. It just depends whether it's today or October, but it's
100%. Yeah. I mean, I feel quite good about it because I actually helped train Ash and Shemai originally, so I'm going to take partial credit in their amazing abilities.
Bask in their glory.
Yeah, bask in their glory. But no, Shemai is a good example. He, in the grand scheme of things, has not been playing as long as a lot of players. He's got wealth of experience though in that short amount of time that he's been playing.
Yeah.
Some of these people like RGN have been playing for years. He's been playing for I think a year.
A year.
Yeah. And in that time, he's absolutely skyrocketed. Whereas Ash is a bit of a late bloomer. He's always been good, but he's starting to believe. He's like Neo from the Matrix.
Just waiting for the last couple of players to log in. Yeah, so just 2 for SAS to log in and 1 from IDK. So that's all of IDK logged and ready. Just waiting for our last 2 team players from SAS.
I think the red team, they're trying to scan in because they want to record their nice scores. Okay, here we go. We're getting set.
Yeah. So you may have noticed on matches we've got some people who've got player names associated with others with player 1, player 2, and that's the use of what's called the HADO Connect app, which is a free app for your phone. It allows you when playing to be able to create your own player identities and record your match results game on game.
Oh, great. That's not ideal. We just have a server disconnect. Bear with me. Oh, we're back in. I think we're all in.
Give it a try.
Right, well, we might be about to start or might crash, who knows?
Well, you got to live dangerously. It's not like it's the final or anything.
No, exactly.
Oh, no, wait.
Oh, wait.
The other thing.
Yeah, and you don't want to cause head games at this moment. Ash and Shemai getting a bit aggressive there, pushing down the side. Okay, IDK hanging back. Paris pushed the middle. Straight away, just realised he's getting shot out from the side by Shemai, who was doing a brilliant job to try and get up on the front line as well.
Yeah, but his whole charge target was Ash.
Yep, they're trying to nullify Ash because they know he's such a good shot.
Yep.
Again, they do have Kalo in front of him because Kalo is tough to hit because they're so rare that you get to 1v1 him.
Yep.
That getting his patterns tough.
He tends to stay on that back wall as well for a lot of the gameplay.
So close though, 2-all. 45 seconds left.
3-all on the halfway mark.
Paris coming in there, but
Can SAS manage to get that, edge that ahead?
Shemai doing some absolutely insane dodging in the back there.
IDK just managed to pull the points ahead there. Did SAS start pulling this back?
Ash getting some cross shots, getting some good shots in.
Excellent, just 1 point in it again. SES pull it back square.
They've pulled a switch, so Ash has gone left to my right to try and give Ash another light angle on the right side.
Paris switched as well.
It worked. Ash has got a point.
Just 1 point in it now. 5 seconds.
They can get Paris right now. No. That was so close though.
That was so good. That was amazing play.
That was genuinely amazing, yeah. I mean, again, you can see there, Ash getting two points and Shmai getting 3. Shmai really upped his game there from a perspective of, I saw cross shots going in, I saw him active, like he was dodging a lot of shots.
He was. That was phenomenal movement there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Shmai in that particular game as the MVP of that team. Like he was getting shot at so much, managed to get a few more knockouts than Ash did. Don't get me wrong, Ash was also getting focused a lot.
Ash was getting heavily focused.
Yeah.
He was without doubt the primary target.
Yeah, I mean, even Nehar getting knocked out a couple of times, or 3 times.
Yeah.
And that's a sign that the IDK haven't forgotten about her.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, don't let her shoot us. Let's get her out as well.
Yep. Right, cycle this round. Yep. See if SES can keep their heads together. Drive this to a third game.
Shmai's over having a chat with IDK. I'm not sure if he's trying to taunt them or get in their head or something.
All looks fairly friendly. It's all good.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Don't good. So Paris yesterday was saying to me that, and actually I'll try and get him and SES together. He wants to come and train with SES a bit and do some cross training because there's skills on both sides from both teams that could be crossed over to the other team to make both teams better.
Yeah.
And I think they're very keen to try and organise that a bit. Yeah. But whether they get sorted
that's why those two teams are basically the heart of Team UK.
Yeah, 100%. Right, giving them a bit of a chat time, but I'll go and motivate them in just a moment. I think we're just checking for some technical issues as well. I think they were just checking that they were still logged in on their player ID, which they are.
Yep.
Bear with me, I'm just going to go investigate.
Yeah. More coaching coming in there on the sidelines for SES as well. So we've got a fantastic dedicated coaching team here at UK HADO. And if you've been watching the sport and got inspired, want to come get involved, we run beginners sessions, first timers sessions, as well as private coaching, group training, internal tournaments, rookie cup, the whole range of stuff. There's a whole load of different ways to get yourself involved in the sport. Just drop us a message, come down to one of the arenas, start playing. Make sure our coaches teach the best tactics, movement, everything else that goes with it in sport. So, our big question then, is this going to be another straight IDK win, or we saw just how close that previous game was, can SES do it? Can they take this to a third round? And in doing so, take that very first cup match away from IDK.
So we just had a bit of a conversation about whether one of the headsets was lagging a bit behind, but I've just had a quick look at it. My judgment is that it's not too bad actually. I think it might be last game they were having issues, but this game hopefully we don't have any problems. But it's also worth just double checking that sort of stuff before we get started.
Yep, there's a lot on the line on this last game. So
there is.
That's everybody in. Here we go.
So we don't want any kind of questions with technicals when it comes down to the final. Paris coming to the front, brave. Trying to challenge Shmai to a one-on-one, basically.
Yep.
Oh, he's doing shields. Okay, it's going to come down to Nehar. Can she get the shields down quick enough? Now, Ash and Shmai need to help take these shields down.
Yep. Yeah, that first shield did not last long, and IDK has failed to capitalise on it. That's 2 shields down, and they've only earned a single point off it.
They have managed to knock a lot of the life markers off, however.
Yeah. I know, but reducing Paris' shooting capacity to give the shields.
100%.
We'll see at the end there, 40 seconds time, whether it was the right choice or not, won't we?
Yeah.
SES though keeping that edge lead.
Shmai calling out there when the shields are up. He's very keen to get his team to help him take it down. Equally, when it's on his side.
Nehar's fire on those shields is going really well.
They need to get both these shields down, and then they've got the chance to win.
IDK pulled it back. 20
Paris
seconds to
stepping
go.
out from the shield there, trying to get his team's shields to last slightly longer.
Yep. IDK just a single point edge here. 10 seconds to go.
Paris absolutely dodging for his cars.
That is some phenomenal movement there from IDK. That's incredible.
That came down to Paris's dodging there. Well-deserved win there
That
from
was
Paris.
absolutely amazing groundwork.
And again, Milo getting all the knockouts. But if you watch that last 20 seconds, Paris did everything he could to draw all of the fire.
Yeah.
He's just got a handshake from Shimai. He's like,
That was
really good work. I mean, a well-deserved win there by IDK, but a really close game, and both teams playing well. I think both teams will be really happy with their performance.
Yeah. As you said, it's a matter of when SAS managed to take the game, not if.
100%.
Yeah, they've shown this tournament. It is very much just a matter of when.
Yeah. Right. Well, I guess we've got to go and announce the winners.
Yep.
To this lot.
Yep. Thank you very much for those who've been following us on the stream. So it's our Summer Cup champions are IDK.
Yep.
Second place SAS. Third place RGN Blades. Fourth place the Fighting Mongooses. Fifth place the Boss. Sixth place Universe A. Seventh place Army Lions. And 8th place Army Mustangs. So, do we have a fight before we finish it off? We need to choose an MVP.
I bow to your judgment on this. I feel a bit too biased about it. Have we got a coin? For me, no.
So I want the player that really sort of had those points where they sort of...
Ash absolutely went through the roof this game.
Yes, he did.
Like, for me, he is the reason that SAS came second this time. Don't get me wrong, Shimai is an amazing player, and they're on par with each other. But
you can see that because he was the peak for IDK. He was the constant target.
Yeah.
Ash was the priority. He was the priority target every single time.
100%. If I was to pick the best improved player of the tournament, it would be Ash.
Yep. There we go. Done and dusted.
Yes.
Right. And that, guys, is all us done and dusted. That is the stream over.